Welcome to Epic Elite Chamber of Raye, aka Wiz King. Level 26. Knocking out a cleric past life. Doing the same philosophy as my last couple of lives. So, just as a reminder, the idea is to put 9 warlock in and then basically like 10 or 11 of whatever else to get the heroic past life of choice, but still play it as a warlock. And just as I suspected, because I already did one video this life, but I did that one right away, I think at 15 or 16, I'm higher DPS, of course, than when I went paladin and warlock, but a little bit less less defensive, which is not a big deal because, I'm not planning on tanking any big raid bosses, but I'm just, racing through to get a past life. And nearly 1,200 hit points at level 26. Like, I can dig it. That's solid. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gear quickly. Got Evocation 4, Insightful Evocation 2 on the goggles. Terrorweb Chitin Breastplate with Insightful Con 3. Spell Save 6, Dodge Bonus 7, Insightful 4. Sheltering 24, Constitution 6. This is a crafted item. Got the Diamond of Wisdom 6 in there, so I have Wisdom high enough to cast my cleric spells. Evocation Focus 2 isn't stacking with what's on the goggles. And I got Good Luck plus 2 on there. Dashing Gloves. Lantern Ring. Green Steel Mineral Tube Belt. Epic Elite Ghost Waking Cloak, DR15/Evil, very nice. Empowered Dragon Scale, this comes out of Search and Rescue in Evening Star. It's a nice little trinket. If you're not familiar with the Dashing Gloves, that comes out of Good Intentions in the Harbor, both of those free-to-play quests. Vim and Vigor, this comes out of Terminal Delirium. All on Greater False Life, Strength 7, Natural Armor 6. Green slot. Pansophic Circlet, this comes out of Memoirs of an Illusory Larcener. Potency 63 isn't going to benefit my spell powers. I only need Radiance and Sonic, and I'm already getting that from the Lantern Ring and the gloves for general potency. So what I have to specific schools is higher than the potency 63, but the Insightful potency 31 and the quality potency 8 is helping me, so it's an additional 39 spell power to my light alignment and sonic damage. Epic Elite Skyvault Shield, and this is a tier 2 Thunderforged sickle just because it looks cool, no other reason. And I've got Resonance 150 on there. And what else? Let's see. +6 bonus to the DC of conjuration spells. That's for Everard's Black Tentacles, so that's what I normally have when when I'm playing a normal Warlock build. I don't have Everard's, this life. So a few people have asked me why not do 10 Warlock and 10 Cleric, because Cleric would be the dominant for past life. In fact, I'm told that everything is dominant if you go 10-10 with regard to Warlock except for Druid. But I wouldn't really gain anything by having 10 Warlock. But when I have 11 Cleric, as opposed to 10 Cleric, I get Heal. I get those 6th level spells, so Heal's pretty nice. I was using Lay on Hands for a big emergency hit in my last couple lives, so Heal's where it's at like that. I got 4th level spells. We're doing 10 levels of Warlock, but there wasn't anything I wanted to do on this 10-10 split. I could have got Everard's Black Tentacles, but I don't think that's going to be worthwhile to get on this life. But here's what my spell set looks like so I got a lot of cleric spells going on. What else? Show you what I did with my enhancements. So I got, the extra light spell power, the extra light crit chances. And then basically just like the regular routine on the Enlightened Spirit and Tainted Scholar side. Little tip for you. not sure if I mentioned this in an earlier video, but this is something I recently learned, that you can move these guys just by dragging the little circle over like this. You know, some of you can unset them and then reset them if there's nothing spent in there, but if you have any points spent, you can just drag these around here. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm underpowered compared to what I would be if I were like a full-on warlock, of course. But as I have discovered, it's good enough because, you know, I don't want to play a cleric. I'd rather play it as a warlock. And I didn't want to play a paladin. I didn't want to play it as a paladin, so I found a way to still play it as a warlock. You know, I had the warlock gear. You know, I didn't want to get a whole bunch of new gear, and you know, I don't like playing melees, and I'm not crazy about playing clerics into epic levels. So, you know, like I said in an earlier video, I'm going to cut my TR train short because I really want to go back to Warlock and have a capped Warlock when Update 32 comes out. There's going to be all kinds of farming going on, you know, I suspect. So I'd like to have my Warlock in full bloom for that. And it'll be a nice break. So I got it about halfway through where I wanted to be. You know, I got like 6 more heroics and 6 more iconics that I'd like to do. But I got some of the really big ones out of the way. You know, 3 Sun Elf for 30 extra light spell power. 3 Paladin for, what is that, 15 extra heal amp. 3 PDK for 9 extra PRR, plus I get the, you know, little rallying cry, haste boost, and I think it's save boost as well. I like it just for the haste boost, basically. And then, you know, after update 32 dies down, I'll jump back on the train, and I'm gonna want to knock out 1 more cleric past life. I only got 2. This will be my second one. You know, each cleric past life is +1 to conjuration DC. That's average black tentacles. So I do 1 more cleric. I do 2 more barbarian because I want to get, you know, maximum past life hit points. And then I think I'd like to do 3 bard because that'll be a total of +6 to my saves versus enchantments, which is huge. Now you're probably already quite familiar with this quest, because this is one of the most popular quests in the game. It's certainly one of my favorites, and this is a very popular one to include as part of the dailies, because I mean you can zerg this on hard really fast and it's awesome XP. But it's actually not one that I typically do as a daily. Like, I might do it a couple times but definitely not every day for me. I don't know why. Just gonna zerg, zerg, zerg. Weird, didn't even hurt him. My burst, he was just like standing in it. Don't know why I'm bothering curing the mummy rot. You just get it again right away. So, you know, again, this is not the greatest DPS in the world, but the idea was, you know, finding something that I can live with, you know, that's going to be good enough to blast through a past life. So I can play it as a warlock and not have to play it as these other classes. In this case, cleric. So you can read this here, and it says, Hammy is here. In this tower. I think you have to have high enough intelligence to read that. Now you probably know that the seals that you get from, oh gosh, Chamber of Ramat and the Chamber of Karush, you know, the little bags that you pick up at the end, the optional bags, you can use those to bypass the djinns in this quest. But that's just for the 2 djinns. If you want to bypass the Ifrit, there's actually a chest down here somewhere in the basement. And you can follow, you'll see a fire method that you can't attack. And he's just sort of moseying along. You can follow him and he'll take you to that chest. Or you can just run into the chest. It's down here somewhere in the basement. This tune, even though it's considerably lower DPS than what, you know, a full warlock would be, and it's still better suited for like this quest than Ginger Spice is, because, you know, Ginger Spice is cold spec'd, and, you know, the fire spells aren't that powerful, so, you know, I'm able to whip through this on Epic Elite faster than I can on Ginger. See who's here. Raye. Or is it Hafez? I don't know. I don't normally read those. I think it says here lies King Raye, so this is Hafez. Here there's sometimes a chest, sometimes there's nothing, sometimes there's a golem, you can just, you know, backspace or whatever to use to target non-combat targetables to see if, you know, if it's the chest. In that case, it was not. There's the treasure room. You gotta do all 3 of the towers to have that open. I don't know how relevant that stuff still is, but I suppose you can get seals. But I like to get like some of the stuff I like to give away as prizes in my games, like Silken Mail is a nice prize. I think most of the other stuff I'll just give away as freebies. Well, the other floors did not break out. So that tells me that they're going to break out here. So let's see if I can time them right. Well, they didn't break out. Huh. I guess it would have been these then. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking I went over those the other, but I didn't. So, I'll probably do one more video of this life, just for fun. But, you know, I've really found out everything that I need to do to find out, you know, when I do those other lives after update 32 settles down, I'll do the same thing here, probably with the bard lives and the barbarian life and the cleric life. It will depend, though, on how many epic past lives I knock out. Because if I don't get very many done, then I'm probably going to want to run the heroics and the iconics separate, like I talked about, I think, a few videos ago. Remember, even against fire creatures, you can still use your consecration because it does good damage too. Plus it heals you. Well, it only heals you if you have the other twist. Always forget the name, Sacred Ground. Having the light dot has been pretty cool, and the sun bolt is nice too, but I've really liked having divine punishment. Some nice supplemental boss DPS. Where are the wraiths? They decided not to come to the party. There they are, now that it's over. That was weird. Boom! Let's go get our treasure. Alright, let's see what the Wiz King has in store for us. Nothing. 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 And nothing. What a jerk. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. And if you happen to be on Zaralona, you can send me a tell.